Welcome back. You know, I try to remain platform agnostic. That being said, it's early in the festival still, and HBO is completely knocking it out of the park, without a doubt. I'm very excited to discuss this next film, which is a little bit different than some of the big films that we've been looking at. A little tighter focus, and yet some of the themes that are explored in this film are completely universal. And as a guy who just always had to make sure that he was styling when he walked out the door, even when he was a little kid, this film from Jason Benjamin called Suited is nothing if not right up my alley. How are you, sir? Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Good morning. Nice to meet you,
Thanks
too.
for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
As I say, I just began research and was just straight in. I've always been concerned about what the world is thinking of me, and in some ways, finding that right spot for each client is at the heart of Suited. Give a little overview, if you would, about how this film began and how it came together.
Right. Well, Suited began when I read an article in the New York Times about a company in Brooklyn called Bindle and Keep that makes custom suits for all their clients. They have a subset of their clients that are from the transgender community.
And I love the moment in the clip when the change in direction is discussed, and the fact that your protagonist was a fellow who thought he was going to make suits for Wall Street guys, and probably sort of, I don't know, Brioni-esque suits, but in its own way, the business now is very similar to that. It's just that this wonderful and unexpected clientele is a large part, and of course the center of the story.
That's right. I think they really sort of like found a way to access this group of people that needed some help with their clothing, and word sort of spread, and they're busier than they've ever been.
And if you would talk a little bit about the journey of filming, to me that's always the behind the scenes that we all love to watch in many different genres. But if you would talk about the discoveries that you made, not only in terms of what the business is and who the people are that are having suits made, et cetera, but also the relationship between these two tailors and sort of a beautiful original relationship that grows out of that.
Yes, I mean, well, there's a couple of different parts to that. Ray and Daniel are great friends and work together all the time, and in this service to their clients. What did I take away from the experience? What were some of the things that I learned? I learned that there was a lot of focus from everybody who I told about the film about people being transgender, but I realized that when you spend 5 minutes with somebody,
absolutely,
that sort of goes away, and they're just people, and that all the issues that they face are the same issues that I face. Not to minimize in any way their experience, but essentially they're just people, and I tried to look beyond the fact that beyond their gender identity.
Of course,
I felt like that was very limiting.
It also felt to me, though, in just seeing only the clip, but that there is a specialness in the way that the client is treated and brought into an environment where they can be specific and open and clear about exactly who it is that they are.
That's right.
Even though there's this kind of a dual thing of, you walk in the door, we know nothing about you, we accept you absolutely as you are. Now let's really get into who you are and make the perfect a suit that really reflects who you are.
It's a vital part of their process, is interviewing people and finding out who they are, and understanding them psychologically allows them to sort of cut the suit in a way and formulate the suit in a way that really sort of respects what each client's individual needs are.
And I thought a little bit about the way in which we are cared for when we're in a hospital, at a doctor, that sort of thing. And if we say, well, this is just a business, and it's client service or customer service as opposed to care, I felt like there was some metaphor of similarity, that there's something more, much more than just a suit of clothes that's being made in this process.
Yeah, well, I think you're right about that. I think that was the moment that the thing that I was trying to capture more than anything else with it is that it's more than just a suit for someone who's been struggling for a long time with their clothes and with the presentation of their image in the world. To finally get something on that's made for them, that actually fits them, can be a watershed moment. When I first read about the moment in the New York Times, it seemed like a happy moment all the time. But as I got into the process, I realized that the moment was often more complicated than just happy.
Indeed.
that people sometimes are happy, and that's folded into self-consciousness and to disappointment and to all kinds of other things that get baked into the experience of actually looking at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
And I think that that applies to all of us.
And catharsis can include a lot of different emotions, and
Certainly.
even if it's not happiness that is
That's right.
pictured by a smile, the cathartic experience of going through, no matter how difficult it may be, I'm defining myself
It's so
in
true.
this process. Should
so
we take
true.
a look at the clip?
Sure.
This is Suited. Oh, there you are. The film is Suited. HBO, once again. Fantastic.
Thanks for having me.
Very good. Talk a little bit about screenings. You got a few
We
coming up.
have
left.
6 over the course of the week. I should be better about knowing the times and the locations, but I know that our premiere is tomorrow night at the Temple Theater. At the Temple Theater.
At the Temple Theater. And where should
9:30
folks go
p.m.
online in general for information?
That's a good question.
Sundance or HBO website.
The
The
Sundance
HBO website.
HBO
Fantastic.
website. Okay, great.
Jason, great to meet you. Thank
Appreciate
you for
it very
coming.
much.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
Have a wonderful
Thank you
festival.
very much.
Well, friends, that's our show. We packed a lot in. We got to go. We'll see you again tomorrow.